By God, I'm reviewing a rhythm game. It's like I'm asking for a copyright claim. Well, let's just get to business as usual and pray for no claims. Hastune Miku Prject Diva F2nd was released on March 27, 2014 in Japan, November 18, 2014 in North America, and November 21, 2014 in Europe. The game was developed and published by Sega and Krypton Future Media, and released for the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Vita. For this review, I will be playing the PlayStation 3 version. We actually don't have a plot to talk about this time around, a first for my channel. The Prject Diva series are rhythm games and as such don't have a plot. Or need one for that matter. You just select a song and get to playing. Speaking of playing, let's get into the gameplay. The Prject Diva series is comprised of rhythm games. As silhouettes of your controller's face buttons appear on screen, the graphic of the button will fly in. Once the graphics and silhouette line up, you need to press the button that corresponds to the one on screen. Now, that probably sounded a lot more complicated than it actually is. It's actually really simple once you get the hang of it, and you should get a hang of it by the time you have finished the tutorial. The other two things you need to worry about during songs are the arrow notes and the star notes. The arrow notes simply require you to hit the D-pad button and its equivalent on the face buttons at the same time. The star note simply requires you to flick the analog stick. Prject Diva has two other gameplay mechanics tied to the songs. The first, technical zones. Once these activate, if you go the specific amount of time without missing a single note, you'll get a score boost, which will help you clear the song. The other is chance time. At one point in the song, the screen will get slightly darker and you won't be able to see your score. During this period, you can hit at least 70% of the oncoming notes and hit the large star note at the end. Not only will you get a large boost to your score, but the music video will also change. For most songs, it's a slight change, but in the case of Kagero Days, it's the entire music video. I love this mechanic. I can't think of many rhythm games where the song is actually affected by how good you do. So it's nice to see the game reward you for your good effort with a slight change to affect the song. Well, that actually covers the gameplay of the rhythm game. Simple setup, simple explanation. Now we covered the rhythm game, let's talk about the songs you'll be playing through. After all, the most important part of rhythm game is its music. The Prject Diva series is comprised of various Vocaloid songs. You never heard of Vocaloids, or at the very least Hastune Miku, then what rock are you living under? The Vocaloid's presence on the internet is so vast, you probably at the very least seen a picture of one of them in passing. But just in case you haven't, here's a one-sentence explanation. Vocaloid is a synthesized music maker. Go to Google if you want a more in-depth explanation. Anyway, the game consists of Vocaloid songs. Well, actually, 80% of the songs are Hastune Miku songs. The other Vocaloids don't get that many. Poor Kaito only gets 3. But that's to be expected. Miku is by far the most popular Vocaloid after all. Out of all the songs featured in the game, I have to say Akatsuki Arrival is my favorite one. The game starts with songs that have pretty simple melodies, like Love Hate and A Pair of Wintry Winds. But by the time you get to the end of the list of songs, you'll be going through fast-paced, extremely hard songs like Two-Faced Lovers, The Intense Voice of Hastune Miku, and 2D Dream Fever. The game has 4 difficulties: easy, normal, hard, and extreme! I recommend playing on hard. Easy has only 1 button to press, and normal only has 2. Hard mode makes use of all the game's buttons. Of course, we all know that real men play on extreme. Yeah, extreme mode can get bullshit hard during the game's last few songs. Prject Diva F2nd is the only game that I have ever played that requires me to get an ice pack. Playing the intense voice of Hastune Miku 6 times in a row on extreme mode will do that to you. But even if extreme mode is hard, it still feels extremely satisfying to practice a song on extreme, slowly get better, and once you've done good enough, earn the excellent rating. On the other hand, though, it can be extremely frustrating when you're doing really good, but then one mistake causes you to lose your rhythm and you end up failing because of that. Actually, putting intense voice Hastune Miku aside, Prject Diva F2nd is the easiest of the Prject Diva games. Note that I said the Prject Diva games. I'm not including Project Mirai for the Nintendo 3DS in that statement. Mirai is a lot easier. When you clear songs, you get Diva points. These points can be used in the game shop to buy costumes, accessories, furniture, and food. You can change costumes and accessories in any song, and oh boy, are there a lot of costumes to unlock. Now, you may have noticed that I said furniture and food. These are used in the Diva Room. In the Diva Rooms, you can interact with the Vocaloids. You can feed them food, give them gifts, and pet their heads. I don't like the Diva Rooms, but that may just be my anger toward getting 100% completion seeping through. Yeah, I don't revisit Diva Rooms much when I come back to this game. Now, there's one last thing I want to talk about concerning the game. Can a non-Hastune Miku fan play and enjoy this? The answer is yes. I can personally vouch for that. Before I played this, I was not a Vocaloid fan. Oh sure, I knew about the Vocaloids and may have listened to a song or two in passing, but I was far from a fan. I bought Prject Diva F2nd because Persona 4 Dancing All Night was coming out and I wanted some practice with this gameplay style. That was one of the best decisions I ever made. I instantly fell in love with the Vocaloids and their music. At the moment of this review, I own several posters, 3 figurines, and have spent several hours upon hours listening to Vocaloid music on YouTube. So yeah, this game can easily convert someone into a Vocaloid fan, provided that they like Japanese music already. Now, can I recommend this game nowadays? Sadly, no. Despite the fact that I love this game and it converted me into a Vocaloid fan, I can't recommend this nowadays. Early 2017, Hastune Miku Prject Diva Future Zone was released on the PS4. The sheer amount of content in that game far outlays any other Miku game currently on the market, and it's definitely worth the money. Get that game. And that was Prject Diva F2nd. I love this game, but I can't recommend it with Future Tone on the market. I suppose if you don't have a PS4, you should get this. I'm Skeith, and I'll see you next week with another review, so be sure to subscribe and know when that's coming out.